What's going on, everybody? What's up? Can everybody hear me okay? Can you see everything okay? Is the stream working? Are we good? Are we live? Everybody is waiting on these results. I've been getting so many messages from you guys just asking me, have you gotten the results back yet? Have you gotten the results back yet? Guess what? I got them back. They're here today, and I will show them to you guys. How are you guys all doing? Luna's actually trying to come inside. Let me let her in real quick, and then we'll get started. Here she is! Luna! What's going on? Are you just chilling? She was just outside all day, hanging out, howling, because that's what she does best. Hi. How you doing? You want to know how much Wolfie you are, and how much German Shepherd you are, and how much other stuff you are? Are you ready to find out? Yeah? What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? Like, you can look at her, right? What do you guys think she is? Come here. Give me your ideas in the chat and let me know how much percentage mixes you think that she would be. Come here, you gotta look at the camera, Luna. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Sit. You wanna sit? No? She wants to play now. You want to play? Yeah? Alright, well, if she wants to play, I got something for her. Here, I don't know if I'll be able to do this with two hands, but let me turn on the live view real quick. I do have it set to a better setting today, so hopefully it'll actually work correctly. Alright, it's starting up. So I'm going to stop the desktop stream just for a second, because since she's here, I'm going to give her some of her treats and stuff. I do have one of these bully make boxes that I have to open up for her and give her the treats. So I might as well just let her have some of the treats real quick first, and then I'm going to sit back down in the chair. We'll go over her results. And in the meantime, I'll let you guys guess in the chat what you think it is. You think Luna the German Shepherd is going to be her new name? Low to mid content? I see 100% cat. Luna, are you a cat? Can you meow? Meow. Go meow. Here, let's switch over. Let me just make sure it switches here. Alright, are we all switched over? Let me just make sure here on the screen that we're good. I just want to make sure that we're all started. It says it's working fine here, so okay, alright, cool, it looks fine. Alright, Luna, are you ready? Do you want your box? Hold on a second. Here, let me put this on. I'm gonna give you your box of treats, okay? Sit. Stay. Good girl. No, you gotta sit. Stay. Stay. Stay right there. It's a bully make box! So yeah, they send these to us like once a month, and I give them to Luna to open up. And I always leave my coupon code and everything down in the description below if you ever want to get them for your dogs. But here, we'll see what Luna will do. Go ahead, you can open it. Here, let me go ahead and turn on the chat real quick so we can hear you guys. Where's the chat? Here it is. Alright, I found it. You're not gonna open it? You want me to open it for you? Here. So, look, you got a bunch of toys and treats in here from them. Are you gonna open them and eat them yourself? Let's see what's in here. This one is tenders. They look like they're some kind of beef sticks or jerky. And these are all grain-free too, which is really good because she won't eat regular like grain treats, like regular dog treats and stuff. She doesn't really like them. This one's shrimp bites. You like shrimp bites? You want some shrimp bites? How about this? Let's see what else is in here. There's another bag of treats. This one is quack sticks, so they're probably duck treats. Yeah, duck, potato starch, beef starch. This one is vegetable glycerine, tapioca. And then shrimp stuff, and then this one is chicken And there's 2 toys. She's got a hammer, incredibly tough toy for Luna to chew on. These are one of those nylon hard toys. And then this one is a rubber one that you stick the treats in. That's pretty cool. I'll leave these here for a second. I'm gonna open one up and give it to her. I just wanna make sure this chat's working because it's muted at the moment. There we go. It's unmuted. Now we can hear you guys.
She is pure manifested adorable.
Pure manifested adorable. Luna, you are adorable.
Hi everyone. I don't know, I'm guessing.
She's adorable. I never seen shrimp treats before from them. Let's see what these are like.
Why all just gotta accept that Luna is a cat. Hey, has a Ashley candy. F. Elmo is hearing the bags, haha. F.
F?
F.
What do you mean F?
No, you.
It looks like it's working fine to me.
Hi Kristen. Fixed. Hit the live button if it got stuck for you. Anyone gonna say what that rubber treat toy also looks like?
What does it look like? It looks like a little upside down trash can. Come here. Oh, she's gonna steal the whole bag?
How are you doing, and hey Ashley?
She likes the shrimp bites. Are those good? I'm gonna have to put these away because otherwise she's gonna eat them all. Let me open this other one up. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Am I pulling on the cable or something that you guys were saying I effed out? What is this one? The chicken one? You want one of the chicken ones? Ooh, these look good. Look at that.
ERO, I screwed up my knee again. Everything is hemp right now. Fuck Mercury, my Facebook and Insta are down. I can't even log in. LOL. So annoying.
Just gonna run off with it. Are you running away with it? Don't worry, I'm not taking it from you. Go ahead on the couch. Good girl.
The shrimp.
I guess she really likes those too. Let me see about this other one too. Yeah, so this is it says, oh, it's a wire nut. So this is the thing that you twist around the wires. You know, whenever you have like multiple wires that you splice and you cut up, and then you have the little blue thing that you tie the 2 wires together. That's what this is. That's what it actually is supposed to be. And then this is a hammer. So they go together because it's all about building and stuff, you know? All right, hang on. Luna, excuse me.
Did I miss it?
Not yet. We're going to do that next. I just wanted to give her these treats from Bully Make that they sent us.
How old is she?
She's 6 years
Where
old.
is Valkyrie? No.
Talcor is upstairs sleeping.
My Wi-Fi is fucking up yet.
Yeah, these are the quack sticks, the duck ones. Yes. You want it?
No, you didn't, Ashley. OMG, that's adorable. No.
Let's go ahead and put these away real quick because I know that she's definitely gonna take those while I'm not looking, and she's gonna try to eat the whole bag and everything that's in there. You've had enough treats, Luna, right?
Meow, meow.
All right, let me get this just put away for a minute, and then I'm gonna sit down, I'll go back to the computer stream, and we'll go over her results. You wanna go back outside while I do this? Here, go ahead. Go ahead, you can go. I know, she's such a cool dog. Alright, so before we switch over here to do the results, I am going to say that I've been a little bit wrong, okay? I'll admit that. I've been a little bit wrong about what I've been telling everybody Luna is, but we're going to find out right now how wrong I really was. So you guys are all pretty much guessing the same exact thing, I guess, from just looking at Luna and like seeing other wolf dogs and everything. I've kind of noticed, like, you know, there's certain traits that she has that a lot of people are probably mistaking. So we're gonna see. Let me sit down here and let's switch over, and we're gonna talk about what actually came up on the results.
cool, I was surprised. Is she a different breed of wolf than originally thought? Anther Ashley. 3. Another. Oh, Labra wolf. Yes, has a. 2 wolf. Stream don't cut off.
Ashley,
All right.
I call you Ash to differentiate.
So what do you think? I mean, I know you're joking about the Labra wolf thing, but there's got to be like something else, right? So you can look at it. This is one of the stickers I made, but I'm just saying, look at her face. What do you think she is, right? You guys are all saying the same stuff I said, because she looks just like that. All right, so 5% wolf, 95% chihuahua. Really? Really? She could accidentally snort a chihuahua, okay? She's not a volleyball. She's not Wilson the volleyball. All right, let me switch over here real quick. Let's get some intense music going on for the reveal. Dun dun dun. She's a bat. Oh, yeah, I guess. I have those wings for her from Halloween that she's worn before. I don't know if I ever really posted pictures of her in the wings, but I should do that. Bat, cat, and butthead. Yeah, quite possibly. She could be a cat, bat, and butthead. 35% wolf, the rest German Shepherd. Leonardo, that's a pretty good guess. Hey, Kristen, what's up? She's a cat. Why is everybody saying she's a cat? I don't know. She is standing pretty funny outside, though. Hang on a second. Let me show you guys this. How do I get this thing out? Hold on. My GoPro connector's stuck. Here we go. I got it. Oh, this isn't going to work. Never mind. I can't show you anyway because I'm going to have to change all the camera settings and everything so that you guys can see, because it's too bright outside for the camera to actually work on that. Let's forget about that. I'm just killing time because we're going to show these results and I'm just trying to kill time before I actually show them. So I want to hear what you guys had to say before. But let's go ahead and just do it, get it over with. That's what you guys are here for, right? Here we go. There you go. There's the results. Those are the results that you all have been waiting for. Let's get on the chat real quick. We're going to still go over the rest of this because I want to show you guys everything else that's over here. But I want to open up the chat real quick so we can hear what you guys are saying. My chat isn't working on my Streamlabs app, so can't fully see it. I'll put it back on the screen. 100% cat.
I can't see it. Seems about right. Hey, I believe it. It makes sense. Yes, I was right. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Malamute, huh?
I had no idea it was mostly Malamute. I thought for sure that it was going to be mostly German Shepherd. So that really, really confused me when I saw that. I was like, how is she mostly Malamute? Compared to the other dogs, I mean. Because it does say 49% Grey Wolf, but yeah, I know, that's pretty crazy.
I was right, she is a cat dog. I call hacks. Cos fuck Mercury. She is almost 50% wolf. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Why congratulations? That just makes it more of a pain in the ass. But I mean, you know, you guys all know how Luna is and her little idiosyncrasies that make her.
Yes, are so fluffy.
That make her be kind of
still
like
can't
weird.
See it. LOL. Awesome.
Let me pull up a couple of these other things here because I'm kind of curious as to some of the other parts of the DNA test because I didn't really fully go through this. I just saw the percentages and I did get the health early. So that was like a week ago that I got the health. So I had already seen some of that stuff. or like a couple days ago or something. I don't even remember. My timing's all messed up in my head, so I don't know what's when anymore. But here we go. So 49% gray, 49.4% gray wolf, 17.3 Alaskan Malamute, 13.7 German Shepherd. Totally thought there was going to be like 49% German Shepherd, but somehow it's 13. And then 13.2 Siberian Husky, 16 or 6.4 Samoyed. Is that how you say the name of that breed? Okay, cool. So let me take a look at here at the health. And I got to pull up the chat here real quick because I can't see what the hell you guys are saying. All right, there we go. She's a Looney Tune, but she's my Looney Tune? Yeah, for real. So this is good. This is actually really good news. 0 at risk, 0 carrier for any genetic diseases. So she's cleared on 172 different ones that they test for. These are genetic traits that are valuable to your veterinarian and can inform the clinical decisions and diagnosis they make. Okay, these are... I guess I'll share this with my vet to kind of get an idea of what all of these are. And obviously, like, I'll read this more off stream so that I have more time to actually go through it, but I'll show you guys the pages in case you ever want to pause it to read any of it and go back. So yeah, it says, good news, Luna did not test positive for any genetic diseases that Embark screens for. It's still important to let your veterinarian know of these results because they could help guide Luna's diagnosis and treatment if she gets sick in the future. She's not a carrier for any genetic diseases that Embark tests for. Good news. Luna is exotic. She's a mutt. Like a mini Akita? What are you talking about? 50% Wolf, 50% Wilson, 50% of volleyball. And it looks like she's clear for 13 different genetic conditions that are common to her breed. Drug sensitivity, what is this? Disorders of blood clotting. I guess disorder of white blood cells. These are all things she's cleared for. Things that affect the color vision. So she's got good color sight, I guess, for her. Inappropriate loss of protein in the urine. She doesn't have that. Developmental condition that can cause scanty hair coat, malformed teeth, and a few or absent sweat glands. I wonder how that works and affects animals. I've never known that that was actually a condition. I didn't even know that was a thing, but that seems kind of interesting. Multi-organ syndrome, the best described in the German Shepherd dog. Okay. Affect thick skin nodules, a sign of kidney disease, should be evaluated by a vet. Okay. Oh, and another cool thing here is it shows some information about like how old she is according to her genetics. I saw that here. I didn't really read into it too much. You're impressed by this company? Yeah, I mean, they basically, the way that Embark works is they have, you know, hundreds of thousands of tests that come in, and they do a comparison with their algorithm based on all of those tests that are in there, and then they can start finding out what each part of the genetic structure shows. So, for example, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of wolf dogs, people with wolf dogs that have submitted for Embark, and I know there are in the community. Everybody wants to know how much is in their breed and everything else. So it kind of makes sense. So they gather all of these results based on all of the people who have submitted it, and then I guess the computer does the rest, you know? So it is kind of cool. They are supposed to be one of the more accurate ones, but they even say, like, you can't take these DNA tests for like 100% correct, because they're not always 100% correct, but they're pretty close at least. And another thing I noticed too is even the genetic age that it said that she was is really close to what she actually is. So I guess they're doing pretty good with coming up with these results. Maternal halotype. It says we can trace her mother's ancestry back to where dogs and people first became friends. This map helps you visualize the routes that her ancestors took back to where she is now. The story is described below on the map. So here you go. These are the general areas from where that breed spread. And you guys can read all this later if you want to pause it and go over it. This halotype occurs mostly common in Siberian Huskies, Malamutes, Labradors, village dogs from Alaska. Also, there is another wolf dog that is Luna's nephew, and he hasn't been tested yet, but I contacted his owner and told them that if he wants help with getting the test or anything, because I'd be curious to see them linked up on here to see how close they are and everything, because it is her nephew. It is one other family member that I know of that I can get in touch with, because her brother and her other family members and everything for Luna, like, I can't get in touch with any of those people. They're not accessible really. So it's kind of cool to see, though. Here they show all the other dogs that match up, you know, with those halotypes, I guess. Yeah, some other embark dogs with this halotype. So you can actually kind of see here. I'll post the link to this page on the chat real quick, and I'll also put it in my description of my video, so if you want to go back and look at these later on when the stream is done, you can. Give me a minute and I'll get the link for you guys. I think it is or is it embarkvet.com? Hang on a second. Let me pull it up here. So if you guys want to share this information or anything, you can. Okay, there's the link in the chat if you want it. And I do need to see real quick a couple of other things in here. Her traits, I think I have it turned off right now, so you can't really see everything. Let me go to my settings and check, because it might be hidden for her breed info. I'm not sure if I hit it before everybody else got a chance to see it. So, yep, here it goes. I'm going to make it public. All right, it's public now. Okay, so in that link, you should be able to see the breed now. If for some reason you can't, let me know. And let's get back to this here. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that's what we saw for the maternal halotype. Paternal, there's nothing because she's a female dog, so it's not gonna, or it said something about it not being in here. This paternal halotype tab is for deep ancestral lineage going back thousands of years. This is what breeds did my dog inherit from her mom and dad. So dad's side doesn't show up because it says not all dogs have the Y chromosomes because Luna is a female. All dogs have two sex chromosomes. Female dogs have two X chromosomes, and male dogs have one X, one Y. So since there's no Y, they can't tell. When having offspring female XX, dogs always pass on the X chromosome to their puppy. Males get XY, can pass the X or a Y chromosome. If the puppy receives an X chromosome from its father, then it will be, okay, female. So it all makes sense. It's not going to show that information here, but that's fine. Traits, let's see what's under here. This shows coat color, other coat traits, body features, body size, performance, and genetic diversity. I haven't looked at this yet, so I don't know what any of this is. Saddle tan and eye, which causes black hair to recede into saddle shape on the back. Yeah, this is cool. It shows all the different characteristics of the dog according to the DNA and what they found. Dominant black. Dominant black coat. That's accurate. She does have a black coat. Let's see, whether the pigment is produced in a banded red and black pattern or solid black. Fawn or sable is AY dominant, AW, which is dominant black and tan. Okay, and then A is for just the black recessive. Okay. What else is on here? Dilute blue fawn, no call. What is no call? Does that mean it didn't come out at all, or she doesn't have that? She doesn't have that in there. I think that's what that might mean, right? Ooh, a pickle? Oh, you thought she was white? Not yet. She might be white as she gets older, but she's not white yet. Yeah, Hazza, this really is interesting. I'm glad I did it finally. I was kind of worried it was gonna come back and be like, she's all German Shepherd, and I'd be like, wait, what? But obviously she's not all German Shepherd because she doesn't have all of the characteristics of just a German Shepherd. But I mean, I was under the impression she was mostly German Shepherd for sure. So it was cool to see all this stuff. And, you know, this is also awesome, too, to kind of see how close they get it according to the DNA test, how close these things are. Because I did a DNA test for myself as well. And some of the things were off, but, like, most of the stuff that I read on there was all accurate. Long hair coat. Let's see. GG. Good game. Does it say here for fully GG, like what it is? I don't see it on here. Yeah, she doesn't have super long fur, but she does have some areas where she's got some long fur, and then the rest are pretty short in comparison. So shedding, CC, definitely. She's shedding a lot right now. I just shot a video about it yesterday that I haven't posted yet, but I was combing her, and these big patches of fur were just coming off of her, and it's like I got these big balls of fur that I put outside for the birds so that they can make their nests and everything out of it. I wanted to capture a bird actually stealing the fur, so that I can add that to the video as well to show what they do, but I haven't been able to catch them doing it just yet. They usually probably do it mad early in the morning, like 6 or 7 in the morning when they're in my yard picking it all out. Let's see what else here. Curly coat. She definitely doesn't have a curly coat. Yeah, see, it says C is associated with straight coat, so that's accurate. Hairlessness, of course she has fur, so this is not going to come up for that because she's not a hairless dog. And then, what's this? Does it say? Oh, for albinoism. Got it. Cool. What is that? I can't even say that word. Affects the skull size and shape. Gotcha. Oh, okay, so this is what tells whether they're going to have more of a smush face or not. Natural bobtail. No, she's got a long tail. If your dog does not have a CG genotype but was born with a bobtail, email us. Ooh. I guess they have some information they're still trying to figure out. And that's another thing, too. There was this research section where before I even got my test back and everything, they have you answer all of these questions. So about behavioral issues, any problem behaviors they might have, fun stuff, I guess, doggy parts, like how their ears are shaped and the rest of their body shaped, and then medical history. So you answer all of these questions, and it helps the algorithm like really figure out whether or not they're getting things right or not, I guess. So if the DNA stuff is matching up with your answers, I think it gives them more of a reliable source to go by, you know, because they're saying, okay, it does match up, so we know that our tests are correct. I think that's the way it worked, but don't quote me on that. And then there's 2 other tests that just popped up after I got her results back. So I still have to fill these out. Okay, so we did breed, so we looked at that. We looked at some traits. Are there any more I'm missing? Blue eye color? No, obviously. Wolf dogs shouldn't really have blue eyes. That's more of a husky trait. And if they're mostly wolf or have, you know, like high content, mid content wolf dogs or whatever, you're not going to really see the blue eye color. It's a recessive gene, so it's not going to be showing up in an animal like that. You're mostly going to see like the orange eyes. Sometimes you'll see like a grayish color, but not blue. If you got blue eyes, that's more of a husky thing. So if somebody's telling you they got a wolf dog and they got 2 bright blue eyes, yeah, it's mostly husky, usually. Hind dew claws, yeah, she doesn't really have those huge hind dew claws like some dogs do. Natural bobtail, no, okay. Body size. It did say something about her being somewhere around the 50-something pound range, full size, but she's in her 70s right now when it comes to her weight. So, that maybe she's just fat. Smaller body size. Nope. Let's see. Body size. The A drives a smaller body size. Nope. Nope. Okay, so she's obviously not going to have a small body size. She's not a Chihuahua. You were wrong. Altitude adaptation. This mutation caused dogs to especially be tolerant of low oxygen environments. Dogs with at least one A allele are less susceptible to altitude sickness. So I guess Luna would be. But I've taken her up to high altitudes before, and she's been hiking with me. But it's been not high enough to get hypoxia, just high enough to be like 10,000 to 15,000 feet range on the mountains. But I've never seen her get any kind of altitude sickness from that. Even though it is hard to hike at that height, it does become more difficult to breathe for sure. It just feels like you never work out and like you're just one of those people who just sit around all day. That's how you feel when you just walk regularly at high altitudes. You just feel like you're just out of breath all the time and out of energy. Unless you go too high, then you start to pass out. Inbreeding coefficient, what's that? Measures the proportion of your dog's genome where the genes to the mother's side are identical by... Oh, so this is to see whether or not she's been inbred? Well, that's good to know. 9%, so... That's a good thing? Or no? Okay, so purebreds are higher. And mixed breeds are lower. That's what it's showing here. The arrow shows where Luna fits into this picture. Okay, so right there. This gene encodes a major histocompatibility complex protein involved in the immune response. Some studies have shown associations between these halotypes and autoimmune diseases such as Cushing's disease, but these findings have yet to be scientifically validated. I don't know what Cushing's disease is, but I'm sure you could do a quick Google search. How common is the amount of diversity in mixed breed dogs? 13%. Okay. And let's see what this is. I'm definitely going to go more into depth in all of this stuff and kind of look it up and read more about it because I'm really interested in how this is all read, I guess. Inbreeding by chromosome. We analyze the areas of inbreeding across your dog's genome. Below is a graphical representation of your dog's inbreeding, displayed chromosome by chromosome. Any inbred areas appear in blue, while outbred areas appear in yellow. So there's definitely a lot more yellow than blue, so that's good to know. Because the problem is with inbreeding, you start to have issues down the line as they get older, where they start to pop up with other weird mutations, whether it's like having cancer or having other types of genetic issues just because they're inbred. And there's a lot more obviously that can happen from them being inbred, but like the basics of it is, from what I understand, it causes a lot of issues. I don't know about with wolf dogs, but I've seen with other animals how bad it can really get. They have all sorts of health issues, or they can. Let's see. Relatives. What is under relatives? Let's find out. Not available due to my privacy settings. What? Okay, hang on. Let me fix that. If this is actually just set to private right now, I'll fix it. It doesn't... Okay, let me save this. Let's go back here. Let's see if that works now. Oh, is it because this dog is not current? Okay, so I'm not participating in it. So I guess there's something in here saying that I need to actually set it so that I can participate in it. But I don't see anything in the settings to say that I want to be a part of that. So I guess I'll have to contact them and let them know, right? Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. And then if I get that information back, we'll show it on stream. Let me see here. Okay. Let me send them an email real quick while I'm here. What is it called? It's called a relative finder. How can I join the relative finder? Okay, let's see what they say. Did I send that? I don't even know if I sent that. Let's make sure. Hang on. Okay, whatever. It's sent before I was able to actually give all the info. Hey, Falcor, how much Wolfie are you? Huh? How much Wolfie are you? You want to see Luna's results with me? Are you going to sit here while we find out the results? He's watching himself on camera. Are you weirded out about being on stream? Huh? They have kitty DNA tests. I don't know what Falcor is, but I do know he's inbred, because his father is also his uncle. But that wasn't my fault. Hi, buddy. He's so cuddly right now. I don't know why. Why are you all cuddly? Because you want food? Is it food time? Are you trying to come over here and be nice so I can feed you? Huh? Get off me, Dad. No, he's not saying get off me, Dad. He likes all of the attention. He really does. I promise. I can literally,
like... They didn't. I want get Loki a test.
Oh, I thought they didn't, but then I looked it up and they did.
LOL Ashley XD. I don't know what he is, but he is inbred.
There you go. You can stay there. Kinda.
Squeeze him till he farts.
No! I am not. His butt's by my face. I don't want him farting by my face. Let's go for a walk, Falcor. Are you ready to go for a walk?
Valkyrie the attention whore, it rhymes perfectly XD. LOL.
I'm afraid to stand all the way up because I feel like he's gonna go sliding.
LOL outcast.
Maybe not.
Last night there was 2 cats fighting really loud behind my door. There's fur everywhere.
I don't know. He's being silly.
Luna is cat.
Luna is cat?
Awee.
Ah! I just zapped myself with the camera by touching it. The hell is that all about? Okay. We're back.
Need to do research on the UK dog DNA tests. I think they are a different company.
Oh, is there a different company out there
Candy.
that does it?
Valkyrie the butthead. Valkyrie a wolf dog.
Let me see if there's anything else in here that I'm missing.
DRO, how tall are you? Ha ha ha. Zap,
Not very
zap.
tall. Okay, that just goes down to the other areas. Let's see some
Valkyrie
of these other
is a
dogs
good
that are here.
cuddler.
Oh my god, I'm getting
He's
his fur all
2 foot.
over my gloves. I'm gonna have to take these off. It's gonna get all in my face, and it already is. These guys are shedding so much. You don't even have any clue at how much they're shedding, but it's a lot. You don't have no idea how many times I've been vacuumed. Look, there's even a piece of hair on the camera. There's like so many times that I've vacuumed and swept and everything else, and it's just every day. It's just everywhere. It's all, look, it's all over my jacket. Well, you can't really see it right now.
Zoe
How do I
Z
stop
Embark
all
works
this?
for UK and US.
How do I
Kitty
stop
glove.
all of this?
Dude, you
Fur.
need some new gloves.
Oh
I
yeah.
would probably tower over you then. DRO.
These are trash. I'm
I
gonna
looked
burn
up
them
that
eventually.
Cushing S disease. I didn't understand it. DRO.
All right, let me see
He
if I
is
can.
short like me, a little bit taller.
Cushing's
LMAO.
disease. Let's see.
Luna is a cat and Valkyrie is a wolf dog.
Cushing's syndrome. Common cause is the use of
Shave them,
steroid
JK.
drugs, but it can also occur from overproduction of cortisol by the adrenal glands. Signs are fatty hump between the shoulders, a rounded face, and a pink and purple stretch marks.
Yes, the DRO, but Embark is best. It's the only one that picks up wolf DNA.
A condition that occurs from exposure
I
to high
kind of do
cortisol
DRO. My
levels.
mixed breed German Shepherd shed a lot.
Weight
Cool,
gain,
Embark didn't come up on my search, but I will look again.
obesity, fatty deposits, especially in the midsection and the face, causing round moon-shaped face. What's a round moon-shaped face? Oh, like the Moon Man? Like that one, you guys remember the Moon Man from those commercials at night? Or was that just me that saw that? You guys are probably too young for that shit, right? You don't remember Moon Man? This was Moon Man. Wait, was his name Moon Man? I don't know. And then at nighttime there was the dude and he was like fishing or something off of the moon. Am I crazy, or am I remembering that wrong? Wasn't there like some dude in a commercial that Moon Man commercial? Let's see. Yeah, that's right though. Yeah, this guy. This freaking guy. He's the Moon Man. McDonald's. Why is he a McDonald's thing? Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, so apparently you turn into that guy if you have Cushing syndrome. And breast stretch marks and on your arms and abdomen and thigh. And they're purple. And it says thinning skin that bruises easily. So I don't know, that would be weird if like how would I be able to tell that Luna had breast stretch marks? No, just kidding. That's all for humans, obviously, not for dogs. But I don't know what it's like in dogs, like what kind of things. I guess I should put in dogs. That way I can stop joking around and look at it for cereal. A visit to the vet and some diagnostic tests confirm that he has hyperadrenocorticism. So it's the same thing, I guess, in dogs. Too much cortisol in. Isn't that from stress? The cortisol gets released from stress. It's a hormone. And it says dogs, cats, horses, as well as humans can all get Cushing's disease too. So yeah, purple boobs, Moon Man face, and then you die. That's it. That's exactly what it is. If the owner can tolerate the dramatically increased frequency of urination, these dogs are still good pets. They just pee a lot. But hey, I pee a lot, so we could get along pretty well. They do have serious disease that will likely kill them, but will not die immediately, so they're not going to be suffering from this disease, apparently. It still sounds pretty shitty if it's going to affect them that way. Damn. Hey, KZ, what's up? All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this stream because I want to make sure that this Embark test reveal and everything gets put up here. Oh, here, everywhere from Cat. I want to make sure that it stays here on its own for the history of the channel or whatever, and then I can download a copy of it later so I can have it if I want to edit it down or anything. And I'm gonna come back though. I'm gonna do another stream afterwards. I am gonna probably play some more of Apex tonight, and I gotta make dinner and all that stuff too. So maybe I'll just turn the stream back on in a few minutes after I turn it off. Like I said, I want to end this one here, so it's not all connected to other content that I'm doing tonight. So you probably won't get a notification for it. I know YouTube's kind of weird. Every time I send out a notification for doing a stream, after 3 times, they cut you off for that 24 hours, and you can't get any more notifications out. I hope this one at least sent it out because I did schedule it ahead of time. But yeah, hang out in the chat if you want. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll get started again with the next stream. All right, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing Luna's Embark test. I hope that answers some questions for people because people have been asking me for a long time, and I never know what to say. I've always just kind of said that Luna was a lower mid-content to mid-content Wolfdog with Wolfdog and German Shepherd mix, and I would say maybe she has some Malamute and Husky in it, but I had no idea that she was like mostly Malamute and Wolf, so that was very surprising. Plus, a lot of people wanted to know what kind of wolf she was mixed with, and I had no idea what to say. I don't know the answers because I didn't have any connection to Luna's breeder, really. I got Luna from a breeder who is in Florida who actually, I don't know the full story, but I think what happened is Luna got confiscated from someone because of them having some issues with drugs. So I was looking for a black wolf dog, and I was talking to this breeder for a while, and she had some available, but they weren't black. So I was almost considering just getting another one, and the whole reason why I even got Luna in the first place was, I mean, not the whole reason, but a part of the reason that made me finally jump on it is my dog had passed away a few years before, so I didn't have a dog anymore, and I had this really weird dream where I was being attacked by like a grizzly bear, but in my backyard of where I used to live in Florida. And I was like freaking out in my dream, getting attacked. This thing was like smacking me in the face. And out of nowhere, this black wolf came up and started growling at the bear, and the bear ended up running away. And then it came over and started like licking my wounds, like trying to clean me because I was bleeding everywhere. So yeah, I have really messed up dreams, which is part of why I smoke to begin with, because I just don't want to deal with those when I go to sleep. But I did have that dream, and a few days after I had that dream, my girlfriend at the time was saying that she wanted to get a dog, and she wanted to get some like little foo-foo bullshit dog that I didn't want to live with. I don't like small dogs, so I was like, I don't want to, if I'm gonna have a small dog, it's gonna be a fox, you know, like a cool canine that I know a lot about, that I can actually, I don't know, have more, I don't know if it's the challenge that I like, or, you know, just the beauty of the wildness of some of these animals. But something inside of me has always been drawn towards working with wild animals, which is why, you know, like I worked at the reptile shop for so long, and I had my own reptile shop for a while, and I was working with lizards and snakes and weird cats like ocelots and servals, and like just all these weird animals that are just so cool, you know, to be around. But then I started to realize that on top of the whole coolness factor of it, you have a lot to learn from these animals, and a lot of people can learn to respect wildlife and everything. I even commented some of this in my live stream yesterday at the school, where I was talking about how I stopped doing a lot of the as much of the fox videos and when I had Scout, because I saw a lot of people wanting to get these animals even though they weren't ready for them. So now I've kind of changed gears of the type of videos I'm making, where if I'm gonna show, you know, things about Luna or things about any of my other previous exotic animals, I just want everyone to understand that, like, you can have all of the experience from research, that you can say, I did a bunch of research, I read about them for years, now I'm ready to get one. The thing I always tell everyone is go work with them first. Find somebody who has these animals, like let's say you want a wolf dog, since we're talking about Luna here on this stream. Let's say you want to get a wolf dog. I would suggest the first thing you do is go find somebody who has one. Ask if you can take care of them for a couple days, if they can come stay at your house, or, you know, or even if you could come to their house and stay there for like a night or two, so you can really get an understanding of what these animals are like. A lot of people see wolf dogs that are high content on YouTube and on Facebook, and all these people rescuing these wolf dogs, and it's cool, right? It's like, oh yeah, I want one too, but you have no idea the challenges that come with having an animal like this. Like, I've had couches destroyed and everything else out, and you guys know, like, having a northern breed especially, they're more apt and more likely to destroy things. But I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like it's tenfold with wolf dogs, because they still have that wild instinct in them. And there's like, I got this comment from a kid on my YouTube videos the other day telling me that, first he asked, can you train a wolf dog to be a hunting dog? He's like, I want to get one because I want to go hunting with it. And I told him, no, like, you can't train a wolf dog to be a hunting dog. Maybe a low content, but not like a mid content or a high content. He didn't understand the fact that if he went hunting with this animal and he shoots a duck or whatever, another animal, a bird out of the air, and he wants the dog to go retrieve it, yeah, that dog's going to run and go grab the animal, but it's not going to give it back to you, and then it's going to growl and try to attack you if you try to take it from him or her. So I tried to explain this to the kid, and he was just writing back a million times to me, telling me, no, like, you don't understand animals. Zoo animals can be trained, so I bet you I can train a wolf dog to go hunting with me. And I was like, dude, if that's what you want to do, good luck. You know, I'm more power to you. I don't know of anybody who's done it and actually been successful. When you think about somebody going hunting with a dog, usually they have like a German Shepherd with them or like a Labrador Retriever, which was bred for it. And I tried to explain, dogs were bred to hunt, and they're no longer wolves because wolves were obviously not good hunters when it came to hunting with humans. They're good hunters on their own, but they're not going to come back and give you that meal because they're going to want to take it, and they're going to have a problem with you taking it from them. So there's so many different things that people just don't think about. And even something as simple as like, oh, I want a hunting dog. There's a reason why they made dogs that are great at hunting. They used to be wolves at one point, but now they're not, because they had to breed out all these wild instincts that made them a bad companion. You know, if I go out hiking with Luna and I don't have her on a leash and she sees somebody else's dog, let's say like a small Chihuahua walking or hiking up a mountain, she's going to go kill it and try to eat it. And that's been a big problem that I've tried to explain to people, is like, she grew up around other dogs. I brought her to dog parks ever since she was like a couple, like, I don't know, what was it, like 2 months old. I started bringing her to dog parks, even against everybody telling me not to. I was like, I'm going to bring her because I want her to be socialized. I don't want her to be one of those dogs that always attack other people or other dogs when they come near. Like, my brother has a pit bull. Well, he's got two of them, but one of his pit bulls is extra mean. I can't even go into his house without the dog being locked up because it'll attack me. So things like that, you know, I see those kind of things. I'm like, that's a liability for not just the dog, but the owner as well, because if something happens, they're going to put the animal down. But if you have a wolf dog, it makes it 10 times worse. Maybe not 10, but whatever. It makes it way worse. Just for the sheer fact that it's a wolf dog, if it scratches or bites someone and they complain about it, they're going to put the animal down to test it for rabies. So now you have your dog being killed for some stupid reason because maybe you were not paying attention, or, you know, not being responsible enough with the dog and it escaped. Let's say it jumped your fence and then it bit someone or someone's dog. Like, you're going to lose your animal over it. And it's just all these little things, like, people don't realize, like, it's a big deal for owning an animal like Luna. Like, I wanted to go hiking with her in Pennsylvania and New York and a couple other places, and I'm kind of afraid to bring her to any of those places just because of how she looks. I feel like if something happens, you know, and they call like some kind of park ranger or something over, they're going to see Luna and they're going to go, nope, it's a wolf, we're taking it, we're going to put it down, that's it. And then there's nothing I can do to fight it. So I try to explain to people, like, don't just do your research. You got to work with these animals to understand how they are. And they're so smart that I don't even trust leaving Luna with another person that doesn't know her, because she knows how to find ways to get around her rules, like her human rules. For example, if I go taking her hiking and there's a dog coming up, let's say the dog's a mile away and she sees it. What she does is she stops, she starts sniffing around the grass, she stops wanting to walk, and then she starts trying to walk back the other way. But she's not pulling me crazy trying to get there all the time. If she knows that I'm not going to take her near the other animal, she'll wait for that animal to come near her. And she'll act like she's being playful. She'll wag her tail like all happy, like, yeah, I want to play with this dog. But then as soon as that dog walks up and gets near her, she wants to attack it. So if I let somebody else walk Luna and they didn't know about this, and they saw, oh yeah, she's getting all happy and excited, there's a dog coming, let me let her sniff it and say hi, like most people do with dogs, it ain't gonna go on very well. Plus, she's big enough to pull most people to the ground. So you have to have the energy to work with an animal like this. You have to be able to have the time and patience. You have to understand their mannerisms as best as you can, because they'll do things to try to trick you, and if they do that, you're gonna end up causing yourself some problems. So you're never gonna understand these little things that I mention until you're actually living with one or taking care of one. That's why I say, like, go to a sanctuary, ask if you can help clean. Yeah, maybe you're just cleaning, but you'll be in the pen with them. They'll be playing with you. They'll be trying to steal your clothing, like things that you have on you. Like if you have let's say you had a handkerchief hanging off of your pocket or something, they would probably take it and run away. And then you would have to see, how are you going to get this back? How are you going to get this item back from an animal that acts like they're going to kill you if you try and touch it? You know, like Luna's not that bad. She's not a high content. So she acts more like a dog around people, which is amazing. But you get a lot of these dogs, even mid-content or lower mid-content, low-content wolf dogs, that are so shy they don't want to be around anybody except for their owner. And that can cause problems too. So it's like, what do you do if you adopt a wolf dog and you get stuck in a situation where this dog is an asshole and you can't bring it anywhere? It's destroying your whole house. Anybody that comes near it like wants to either pee on, or it'll like pee or poop in your house, you know, just out of being excited. Like if they get happy, startled, all of that makes them poop and pee inside the house. They call it scared pooping, if you've ever heard that term being used before. So there's like all of these things, you know, that go into it that most people don't realize. If you get a dog that is that crazy, like, what are you going to do? Give it away? You're just going to give it away to somebody else that doesn't know anything about them? Or are you going to call a facility and ask them if they'll take your dog because you don't have the means to take care of a crazy ass animal like that? Then what happens is the wolf dog gets even worse because it's being rehomed a bunch of times. So you have to make sure that you understand that this is a big possibility with these type of dogs. And regular breeds, they bred these stupid instincts that, you know, cause them to be so crazy. I guess they're not stupid. They're great for a wild animal. They're great, but inside of a home, it doesn't work out very well. And yeah, you have to be aware that that's a possibility, that even if you get this cute little puppy that's super playful, as soon as it hits maturity, you might have the potential, you know, animal that is crazy in your house, and you'll have to know what to do in that situation. Now, actually, the people who have Luna's nephew that I was talking about, they had a third wolf dog that came to live with them for a while. It was another female, and generally female wolf dogs do not get along with other female wolf dogs, so they were fighting all the time, almost to the death, and it got to the point where they had to get rid of her. And it was really sad because they loved the animal, but it was trying to kill everything, and it was fighting with her other animals, and all her other animals got along. So that was the one that just had to go to a new home. And it wasn't because, you know, they're not bad owners. They're not, you know, they weren't like doing anything wrong. They did all the right things. They even built a huge chain link fence cage inside of their living room. So they had actually, I think, like 3 of them separated out. And could you imagine, like, your whole living room is just no more? All you've got are just these huge cages that you need because if you leave the house, your animal's going to try to jump out the window or kill each other. Like, that is a very realistic thing that happens to a lot of people, is they get in a little over their heads and then they don't know what to do. But luckily, these people knew what to do. They have experience with wolf dogs, and they work with other dogs as like a day job, so they knew what to do. But unfortunately, the best thing to do was to get rid of the dog and put it in another home with somebody else who was capable of taking care of her. So that, you know, all of these type of things, like they're just way too common with wolf dogs, which is why you'll see every single person that has a wolf dog tell you don't get one. Like, if you want one, don't get one. I even have a hard time traveling, as you guys know. You've watched my channel long enough, most of you, and I have a really hard time going anywhere because I can't really take her everywhere with me, and I can't leave her home alone for like a few nights, you know. And then I have to worry if somebody else comes to watch her, are they going to accidentally let her run through the front door and get out? You know, she doesn't get along with my neighbor's dogs, so what happens if she gets out and their dogs are out? You know, so it's like all these things I gotta be conscious of before being able to go anywhere, leave my house, or go out of town, or any of that stuff. And I wish it was easier. Like, with a dog, you could just go to the, you know, like a vet. There's a lot of vet offices that also do boarding. You could just go to them and you can board your animal. But then, like, I used to board Luna when she was a puppy at the dog training center in South Florida that my friend owned. She worked with that woman, Victoria Stilwell, from Animal Planet. What is she, British? She's like a really stern dog trainer. I don't remember if she's British or not, or English or something like that. But she helped open up a training facility down in Florida with my friend, somebody I went to school with, and I used to leave her there whenever I had to go out of town. And she was still a puppy, so I would bring, you know, all her chicken and raw foods or whatever in a cooler for them to have, and they would let her play with other dogs and stuff, and that's something I can't do anymore. Like, if I let her be in a facility like that where she's running around with other dogs and she ends up hurting one of the other dogs, I'm gonna feel really bad. So I don't really go anywhere anymore, you know. I don't travel as much as I used to because I don't have anyone at home anymore to look after her. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that people should really consider before getting any animal like that, any exotic pet. You know, something that you can't just leave them with anyone. You have to find like the right people to take care of these animals. So, oh, you met Victoria Pazzo? Was she cool when you met her? I heard she's actually really nice in person, and it's just, you know, she acts like a hard ass on TV and stern with the animals and stuff, but I heard she's actually a really nice lady. I never got to meet her myself, though. You have a Wolfdog and she's highly energetic, loves playing, but gets her feelings hurt when you give her a glare telling her to cool it. Yeah, that's another big thing that I should probably touch on before I end the stream. Breeders. Breeders that tell you you're getting a Wolfdog when you're not. That's a really big thing in this whole... I don't know. I'm just looking out the window. Don't mind me. I want to make sure she's okay. I constantly have to have my eye on her because I don't trust her. But yeah, like, breeders will tell you that you're getting a Wolfdog, and they'll charge you $1,000 and up. And they'll say, you know, you're getting a high content Wolfdog, and the next thing you know, your dog grows up and you find out it's just a husky. If you have experience with Wolfdogs, you'll be able to tell right away when you look at the parents whether or not they're actually Wolfdogs. And most people who don't have experience with that are going to look at the dog, and even though it's a husky or a Malamute, to them it might look like a wolf. I remember before I started working with them, I thought they all looked the same. I thought, you know, wolves, huskies, Malamutes, not German Shepherds because they're obviously different now, but those mainly look like wolves. So if I saw a wolf dog and a husky or a Malamute together, it was hard for me to tell the difference until I started noticing that the different things that you look for when you're phenotyping a wolf dog. Like the ears should be shorter and rounder, the snout should be longer, the teeth should be bigger. Their front paws, usually when they stand forward, they're kind of outward a little bit, kind of like that. And their back, the way their back paws are, their hind legs and everything, the way they sit. You can look up differences between wolf dogs and dogs on Google. You'll see a lot of different, like, I guess they're just illustrations showing you all of the different things. They shouldn't have any pink or white on their paws or their nose. That's usually, you know, towards other breeds that get that, not wolf dogs. And what else? The nails should always be black as well. There shouldn't be any white nails or pink nails, unless you paint them, but that's a different story. If you're painting your dog's nails, that's fine, but that's not what I'm talking about. But racist Stro, why am I racist? What did I say that's racist? Because she shouldn't have any of those colors on her. Thanks, Zombie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been wanting to do kind of something that was more educational about wolf dogs and stuff, but when it comes to me making actual videos that I'm going to post online, I always get super scared about doing these type of videos because like when they go viral, what happens is you'll see, you know, companies like Unilad and Board Panda and like all these other social media companies like posting like, you know, little snippets of videos, and they promote, you know, oh, this person just rescued a wolf dog or has a wolf dog, and then you see everybody in the comments, oh, I'm gonna get one. How do I get one? Where do I find a breeder that has one? And then they start looking online for breeders, and you get into all these people who are not experienced trying to get wolf dogs, which is great for the breed in a sense, but at the same time, they're doing the breed a disservice because if they do end up having to rehome the animal or something happens bad to it, like it attacks someone or kills somebody's pet or something like that, then it makes wolf dogs look bad. And what I want to do, and what a lot of people who have wolf dogs want to do, is spread the message that there are good wolf dogs, that they can live in a home. They're not animals that should be running around in the wild. They have a lot of issues in the wild. When wolf dogs are wild, they are a little too friendly with people, which means you've got a super wild animal like that is not afraid to get near people and their children and their pets. Whereas to a full wolf is going to be super skittish to the point where they're not going to get anywhere near people, and they're going to be afraid of every little noise they hear. So wolf dogs in the wild actually are worse because they start doing things they're not really supposed to be doing, and they get themselves into a lot of trouble. So they shouldn't be in the wild. But if they're going to be in a home, they need to be in the right home. They need to be in a home with somebody who is willing to walk a lot with them, go hiking with them. If not, then you have to have a super large fenced-in backyard with like an 8-foot fence with an angle on the top so they can't climb it. All this other stuff that you got to do that most people can't even afford at this point. You know, it's expensive to build a fence, let alone a huge area like they need. So in my case, you guys have seen my backyard. I've live streamed it a million times, and it's not a super large backyard, but not only does she run laps out there, I take her out hiking all the time. You know, you guys see that as well. So if somebody expects to get a wolf dog and like chill at home all the time like you would with a Chihuahua, you're screwed, because that animal's going to go crazy, like stir crazy being in a home. They want to get out and walk around and sniff and pee on everything and mark their spots, you know, whatever. They don't want to be cooped up. And Luna will sleep like big part of the day upstairs, but then she runs around with me most of the night. And I tire her out so that she's not a butthead, because if I don't tire her out, some of you guys have already seen what she does, and she just won't stop bugging Falcor. She'll keep like pulling on his tail and his fur, and she won't let him go anywhere away from me. Like as soon as he walks away from me, she starts picking on him. Or she'll start destroying stuff in the house to get my attention or whatever. So any northern breed, really, like even German Shepherds and Huskies and all that, you have to do all these things with the dog because they get bored easy. They're super smart animals with like it's bred into them that they're working dogs. So they have all this energy that if they don't get it out, they become a problem, which I can understand and relate to, because I become a problem for myself when I don't get all this energy out. I used to be able to do it on stage, but now I got to run around with her to get my energy out since I haven't been on stage in a while. She slept on top of you, and God, she's heavy. Yeah, when I went to go take her to the vet a little while ago and had her weighed, I think she was like around 70 pounds, maybe 75. I have to go back and look at her paperwork. A lot of people think that wolf dogs and wolves are going to be like 180 pounds. No. They're not 180 pounds. I don't know, especially females. Like, females are smaller. So a lot of people who think that you're going to get a wolf dog and then you run around telling them that you got a 180-pound dog, like, those are mostly lies. Don't believe anybody when they say that unless they show you that the dog actually weighs that. And more than not, those dogs are overweight if they weigh that much. They shouldn't be that big. And for females are always going to be a little bit smaller than dogs, or than the male wolf dogs. So you get around 75 to 95 pounds is generally the range for female wolf dogs. Higher contents are going to be probably a little heavier, also depending on their coat. And then males can get up to like anywhere from like 110 to sometimes 135, from what I understand. I've never been around a male that was larger than that. I did have a guy on the beach once in Florida who said he had a wolf dog, but it looked like a Malamute to me. He said it was 180 pounds. This dog could barely walk. It was huge, but he was fat. He wasn't huge because he was a wolf. Like, he was huge because he was overweight. And I asked the guy, I'm like, what do you feed your dog that made him so big? And he was like, oh, I just feed it dog food. I just go to the supermarket and feed it dog food. And I was just thinking in my head, like, yeah, that's why you have an overweight dog if you're just feeding it junk. It's like if you ate McDonald's every day, that's going to happen to you too, you know? And that's just kind of how it is. And I didn't want to get into an argument with him about whether or not he had a wolf dog, because that is the last thing you want to do with anybody. It's like the best thing to do is say, oh, did you ever get this test done? And that's why everybody kept asking me if I got the test done, because I was giving out info without having any proof, you know? Like, and this isn't really proof either. This is just based on their theories on what it could be. So it's not 100%, but at least it gives me more peace of mind that if I'm telling people that she's a lower mid content Wolfdog and trying to explain the differences between the highs and all that, that I'm not just some dude like everybody else running around lying. Like, I can actually say that I have some experience, and I was pretty much right, other than the German Shepherd thing. And the only reason why I thought mostly the German Shepherd thing, let me show you a picture of Luna's mom and dad so you can get an idea. I know some of you have already seen it, but let me pull it up here. Let's see. Luna. What's up, dude? You're just waiting for your dinner? It's dinner time. He usually eats around 7 o'clock, so that's why he's like here with me, just waiting for me to get up and go feed him. Don't worry, Falcor, I'll end it soon. Thought I had them here, but maybe not. Let me go back. Here we go. Okay. Mom and dad. All right, I found the folder. So this is Luna's mom. So I was told. I don't know 100% because I didn't meet, like I said, the lady who actually bred Luna. But this is supposed to be Luna's mom, and she looks more like a German Shepherd. She even seems to have a little bit of bigger ears, you know, like German Shepherds do, and she's got that kind of face. Hold on a second. He's attacking my hand while I'm trying to use the mouse. Why are you biting me? Why are you biting me? He's like, come on, hurry up and finish. But yeah, so this is why I thought she was mostly German Shepherd, because I saw these pictures of what is supposed to be her mom, and I said, okay, well, she looks mostly German Shepherd, and I could feel comfortable saying that she's mostly German Shepherd. But I guess her results were a little different. And then this is her dad, who is more of a Malamute Husky look. So I did know there was some of that in her, but I thought mainly that she was going to be German Shepherd with a little bit of Husky and Malamute because of her dad. So it's kind of cool. It's really interesting to see this. Her dad is such an awesome looking dog, isn't he? I hope this is really her dad, because I'll feel really stupid if it's not. But this is what I was told is her mom and dad. Ugh. Tail to the mouth. He just jumped up and his tail went right in my mouth. Yeah, look at that. You can kind of see Luna in that too, right? I mean, if you look at this animal and then you look at this animal, you can kind of see Luna's features. Like, she looks a lot like Luna to begin with. What are you doing, cat? What are you doing? He was trying to knock that off the table. Falcor. Leave it on the table. He's like, damn it. He's just throwing everything around. He's throwing a little tantrum because he wants his food. All right. That's enough of me babbling. Let me go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching. I hope you did enjoy learning all this stuff about Wolfdogs and Luna's lineage. Stop. Stop it. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, I will eat Luna. Are you giving her kisses? Are you going to give Luna kisses? No? Alright, you guys who just came here to learn more about Luna, I hope you have a good rest of your night. Like I said, I will come back in a few minutes to do the other stream that I was going to do, the gaming stream, but I just wanted to kind of go over all this stuff because it does probably answer a lot of questions that people have had for me. I've answered them in other videos before, but it's never kind of been combined in one video. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed everything. Peace out. I'll see you guys later. Make sure that if you're not subscribed, that you do that. Hit that stupid bell button, because otherwise you won't be notified at all. Apparently YouTube has this thing now where you can choose whether you're notified sometimes or all times or whatever. So yeah, have a good night. Peace out, and I'll see you guys soon.